This is the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast, episode 307.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology. The technology.
Why, hello everybody. This is Adam Silver, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. We have WordCamp back on the calendar. Yeah, awesome. Very excited. WordCamp Zaragoza. It's in Spain. It's January 17th and 18th, 2020. So it's next weekend. Very excited for that. And that is it for upcoming. And just as an early thing, WordCamp Raleigh here locally has been applied for. So the submission to have a camp is going to be pushed probably to June. But if you are going to plan your summer, you want to come to Raleigh, by all means, keep that in mind. So more information as that gets further along the process. All right, moving on. Segment 1 in the news. This week we have two things to talk about. Pods needs help. So Pods is used for custom post types, and I mentioned it before. I've used it on Kitchen Sink WP podcast on the website. Well, and I think I might have mentioned it before a couple weeks back. They've lost funding recently, and Automatic had done a ton of funding on them, helping them kind of keep it going because it's a free plugin. There's a pro level as well. Anyway, they need our help. So there's friends.pods.io/membership levels. There'll be two links in the show notes here. If you have any interest in custom post types and extending the possibilities of what WordPress can do, by all means, check it out. Donate one time, monthly, annually, whatever you want to do, just try to help out. I bought the pro level way back when, and I'm going to throw some more money towards it as well coming up here because we use it. So part of the agency uses it, so it's definitely worth supporting. Otherwise, it will go away, and that's no good for anybody really in the community. So, okay. Also, in the news, we have Gutenberg 7.2 rolled out last week. Lots of new changes. Some of the key changes were these four things. A new buttons block. Apparently, you couldn't add two buttons next to each other in the same row, so that has been fixed. They now support adding links to media and text block images. Navigation blocks also got support of changing the font size, and a gallery block added an image size selector. So if you're using Gutenberg, or the new editor, if you will, just inside of the most recent version of WordPress, you can go ahead and get those updates as well. So with Gutenberg 7.2. All right, moving on to the meat potatoes of this week's show. An announcement for you. I am moving everything to Tumblr. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. But a few months back, I think it was back in August or September of last year, you may recall hearing in the news that Automatic acquired Tumblr. And it was kind of a shock to many people, especially at the rumored price just being shy of, was it $3 million? And the price being a shock because Verizon acquired it for like 1.1 billion from Yahoo many years back. So kind of a crazy devaluation. And then people are like, well, why did Automatic want this and what's going to happen to it and stuff? So dollar signs aside, I was curious, what is Tumblr all about? As I have never used it until this past week or so. So what is Tumblr? What's there? Why use it? I tested it and I wanted to see, is it something that I could get into or get around and support? I don't know. So what is it? First and foremost, it's a blogging platform. People post there, they share, they follow people. A lot of memes are done there or shared there. Why use it? Well, it's been around for a long time. It has a track record of exactly that, memes. And at one point, it had a track record of being a place for not safe for work content, NSFW content. And that was not the best thing. So Apple actually banned the iOS app from the App Store to kind of alleviate Apple's responsibility to it, or just kind of help the situation. And then actually Tumblr also banned that content as well. So the main reason people use it now is because of community. That's what I noticed. I kind of dug into it a little bit, and I noticed there is a lot of content that's being pushed there all the time. They have a lot of features that we see in other media platforms like Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. It's been around for a while, so there's a strong community behind it. So it's not going anywhere at the moment. And now that Automatic acquired it and owns it, there's some changes that are supposed to be coming. We'll talk about that down the line here. So how was my experience with it? What do I think? So I created a new account and I went to see if I can get Adam Silver, but it was taken, but not being used, which always annoys me. So I picked up Hey Adam Silver to kind of match my Twitter handle as well. And I signed up and created an account. And I see some automatic tips that kind of give me some head start and running things, kind of like a tutorial, onboarding tutorial. They're animated, they're kind of cute. It says you have a blog, you can edit your appearance. I did that. There's also a big, huge banner up top. According to them, it's a beta dashboard. It's a new dashboard. I tried it, but being so new, I don't know what's different about it versus the old one, really. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to do was create and modify what looked to be the theme. My buddy Dustin has a Tumblr account. He mentioned it not too long ago as well. And he had one for a long time, forgot about it, went back to it. His theme looked cool. So I was trying to figure out how do I get to that theme? And I looked at the code, and I found out the name of it. I didn't see edit theme option really at first. There's a lot going on in the settings area. And so I Googled it and I found it. And then I noticed that there's also a blog aspect. But I didn't get that far yet. Anyway, on the theme choices, I found that I can modify the theme via HTML, just hard code if I want to, or I could choose other free themes. And they also have premium themes, and that's how they make some money. You can pay for a premium theme between $19 and $49. Same kind of price points as you see themes in WordPress as well. So wasn't too much of a shocker there. I did pick a theme. I started blogging. I created my first post, which turned out at first my mistake was just an image, a really large image too. Like somehow I uploaded an image of my dog, and I added some tags and some text caption, and I published it. But then it was kind of I didn't see it right away. I had to go to a separate page because the first thing you see in Tumblr is more of a stream, a feed of content and people you may follow or what they think you should follow and see in a general sense, kind of like Facebook, if you will. So then I went to do another post, if you will, the second time, and I realized I can pick a text-based post and then add photos to that. And I did that, and I gave it some keywords, some hashtags. I guess it are keywords as well. And the photo still is really big, kind of weird, but nonetheless, interesting. I just think there's just so much going on with it in the interface and the interactions. And I guess one of the things, I'm just not used to it. We kind of get comfortable in what we're used to and how things work, especially of our own blogging platform. If you run WordPress, then you know where things are. It's just yours. It's a lot quieter, if you will, obviously. Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, those are busy places, and it's kind of overwhelming. Anyway, so what's the future of Tumblr with WordPress? Well, Matt Mullenweg indicated through some interviews when this all came out that perhaps some recoding of the backend might be switched to WordPress. Might be interesting. And an advertising model could be tested because of revenue ideas, and also possibly making this into an open source project. So that all those things are kind of interesting and up in the air. No one really knows what's going to happen there. What is my future with Tumblr? Well, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll share some more content there, images of the new dog. But my overall experience was really overwhelming. And I'm not sure that I think it has work to be done. I know some people must love it and use it all the time. I think a lot of people are still over on Instagram now because I guess there was just a loss of traction years ago when Tumblr kind of went down a different path, if you will. So I don't see it as a WordPress replacement whatsoever, not currently, not in its current iteration at all. I think you can do plugins, but I didn't see where those were yet. There are no memberships. I'm not sure if I can sell anything through the site. So of course, it's not a full functioning CMS the way I am just used to WordPress being. So that said, I'm not making any moves anytime soon. I have the account there. You can go follow me if you want to. heyadamsilver.tumblr.com. But it's still up in the air of what's going to happen to it. How often will I post there? I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just automate some things that go there. If I share on Twitter, I can then maybe share with a Zapier account or something over at Instagram as well. I don't know. One philosophy is be everywhere. Some philosophies are just pick one specific area. That's where your audience needs to be. That's where they need to see you. So right now, it's a test case at best, and I can't promise anything. I'd rather use the time possibly for those deep dive videos that I promised you all. So like I said, check it out if you're interested in having another type of blogging platform, following other people, but I'm sticking with WordPress. So there you go. All right. Moving on to this week's tip and tool of the week. So, oh yeah, this one's cool. Speaking of photos, if you're looking for pictures for your blog, there are tons of stock photography sites out there. Standard stuff, bad stuff, good stuff. There's Death to Stock Photography. There's iStock Photo. There's Pexels. Pexels, I think I've used that recently. Free and paid things. Recently, I found one called randomphoto.com. That's random, R-A-N-D-U-M-B, like dumb, randomphoto.com. It is pretty random, as are the prices. So some are like $1.10, some are $12. They're just random photos, kind of fun and funny. So check that out. And yeah, that's the tip of the week if you're looking for photos for your blog and content. And some of these photos are not your traditional stock photos, I've noticed, like the travel kind. You got to take a look. It's kind of silly. So it's over at randomphoto.com. All right, let me wrap it up here. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email. I'm adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use the SpeakPipe function of the website. You can support the show by becoming a Patreon. There's a link on the show on the website. You can also become a sponsor, also a forum there. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right, bye-bye.